Round 6 of DRL DTM. We're about to get underway here at Circuit de Catalunya. Green, 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 and the cars are off. Belvica already up to a great start. Oh, there's a bit of contact. Oh, and Belvica's in the wall. Belvica's in the wall. They've taken King with them. That allows Waddles to have a pretty much unchallenged start. Or does it, because Bo's going down the inside? So close they touch. Waddles off the track, forced to take a bit more of the inside there. Oh, Bo and Apple get tangled up now. So more cars falling down the order. Waddles in first. Blue Zepho somehow in second through all of that. And White Bear in third, looking like they might be challenged at the back as well. Absolutely chaotic start. We're going to a replay of King's point of view. You see the initial contact and then very clumsy on both of their parts, really, for that to happen. Now going on board with Blue Zephos, another replay of the start. So turns 1 and 2, perhaps we'll get to see what happens. Oh, Apple with the slight tap, and then that just sent both him and Bo off to Narnia. Meanwhile, back with the live footage now, Waddles having to defend from Blue Zephos. Oh, there's more contact! More contact on lap 1. Waddles down to 4th, now Blue Zephos 5th. That's put White Bear in the lead of the race. Who knows what kind of damage these cars will also have as well. White Bear now running wide at the chicane, and that's allowing Gentleman Racing to go through the 3rd Saxton Audi car. And look at how close the order is still. Gentleman leads, and it looks like Waddles going to try for second round the inside of Bandit. Turn 4 gets it done, and Blue Zephos has followed them through. Great racing so far. Bit further back down the order, John Wandering challenging Collar, 2 Mercedes drivers down the inside of turn 4 there. Seems to get it done nice and easy. A replay now. What's happened here? We're watching Collar, and they've just ran wide into the gravel trap there. Oh, having to let Apple through on the rejoin. Good example of how to rejoin the track safely. Now Blue Zephos having a little bit of a look. Waddles goes defensive. Blue Zephos trying the outsideline.com for everything DTM. Not gonna work out for him on this occasion. He's all over the back of him like a bad rash. And they're staying close with Gent as well. So, oh, and Waddles, where's Waddles going off to? Oh, wow. That is lag to a brand new extreme. Hopefully the connection will stabilize a little bit. Now watching Collar in the Mercedes Me car number 20. Oh, and they're running wide at turn 4 and just clipping the grass on exit there. Just sends the car around, and that allows King of Torque to go through. After their incident at the start, they're making their way up the order again. Now a replay, what's happened here? John Wandering and Off Apple. Off Apple seeming to get through relatively unchallenged through the uphill chicane. Gentleman Racing now being challenged as they leave the door open for Waddles through the last turn. All 3 manufacturers here represented in the top 3, and they are all so close. Gentleman will have the slipstream to try and contend with Blue Zephos, but Waddles cuts Blue Zephos off a bit, and Waddles into the lead. Blue in second, but Blue is definitely not going to settle for that. They are all over the back of Waddles. I was about to say Waddles ran a bit wide there, but it was just Blue Zephos taking a tighter line to try and get alongside. It certainly worked, but through this next section they're forced to slot in. Also, you can see in the background Bandit and Gentleman getting into a bit of a scrap now. Look at how close these two are. This is a fantastic scrap at the moment. Oh, bit of a slide from the Deutsche Post car in the back. Now going on to the straight. Look at how close it is, and Blue Zephos has the inside line. It looks like Bandit's also going to try and challenge Gentleman on the inside, thinks better of it, but Blue Zephos late on the brakes and gets the move done. King of Talk, meanwhile, a bit further down the order, now battling with Belvika. So the two that had the kerfuffle at the start, battling each other once again. King of Talk goes very defensive, understandably so. The two are alongside each other. Samir Detrov versus Dynamic Racing Team, and the Dynamic Racing Team BMW seems to hold position for now. Although Belvika is certainly looking very strong at this stage. They're lagging a bit. So Waddle's not the only one with a slight bit of a connection issue at this point of the race. Oh, it looked like Belvika might have thought about making a move there, but didn't in the end. Off Apple flashing his lights and getting past Wybear. Wybear seeming again not to trouble the Brit. Oh, but there's contact on exit as Apple seems to get it a bit wrong. And it was very slow out of there. Back to the battle for 8th between Torque and Belvika. Heading towards turn 4 now. Belvika in the slipstream. Oh, was there contact? And gets King! King's off! It looked like there might have been a slight nudge there from Belvika on King. Belvika very sporting in letting King back through and waiting up for them. But that is really unfortunate for both of them there. And now on the uphill chicane, it looks like Belvika side by side again, and they get the move done fair and square that time. Oh, King with a slide McGee on exit. Collar now trying to defend a bit from Belvika. Two Mercedes drivers, of course. The Norwegian doing well at the moment, but surely Belvika is going to get through. Indeed, it just looks like Collar backed out there on the insideline.com. And Belvika up into 8th. Meanwhile, both Fushidara again seems to get past John Wandering without any real issues. The Mercedes guys seem to be very hospitable towards each other. Waddle's now in 2nd. Blue Zephos still leads as they're on lap 12. Just about a third of the race gone at this point. The Vodafone car looking very strong indeed. Belvika now. Oh, that was a very nice there by Bo. But we'll get back to Belvika now. It looks like they're trying to challenge John Wandering, and again, John Wandering not putting up much of a fight. Might have outbroke themselves, but it did sort of come across that they just sort of let the other Mercedes go through. All three of these cars are Mercs. Now the Kendricks tea and coffee car also going down the inside, and again it does look like John Wandering's just not trying to fight these guys. Meanwhile, Bandit now into the pits, watching the Deutsche Post crew do their pit stop. Where will they emerge? They're now watching Apple, and they see them on the left. So Apple actually manages to get out ahead of Bandit. Bandit on the fresher tyres now. Oh, and Apple getting a bit wrong there out of the hairpin. Bandit through. Nice driving by the American. Coming through the chicane now. Blue flags being waved. Not quite sure who that is up the road causing those. Apple now with a bit of a run on the slipstream. The two nuke shot teammates. Bandit going very defensive to the inside there. Also in the background you can also see I believe that's Collar and Belvica as well. Apple goes for a very wide entry and it has paid off. They're back up into 4th. Bandit now having to worry a bit about Belvica. Oh, they've outbroke themselves a little bit. That's allowing Belvica to close up. Making their way through the last section. This very, very tricky chicane. Belvica again seems to have a slightly better run through there. Definitely within slipstream range on the straight. We're going on board with the Russian in the Zmir-Detrov car. Bandit again doing what he did with Apple, going very defensive, holding that inside line. And it doesn't look like Belvica will have enough momentum with the slipstream, but they are very late on the brakes. They're going to try and go around the outside. And they get it done. Belvica up into 5th. Bandit looks like they're still trying to fight. But for now, that seems to be that. And Blue Zephos. Oh, they get a twitch and the lead is off. Getting a bit of air there. And that's allowing Waddles to take the lead. Costly mistake by the Australian. And that has put Waddles the Duck into the lead of the race. Oh, Belvica's also going a bit crazy. That's at the chicane of the last sector. Oh, Bandit! Bandit as well! Not nice. Anti-cuts there for poor Bandit. Now watching a replay. What happened to Belvica? They just sort of get it wrong, but they managed to somehow keep it facing vaguely the right direction. So Waddles ahead of Blue, but Blue, oh, that slide from Waddles definitely not going to help. Blue definitely, look at that exit that they get. No doubt going to have a run. They're looking to the inside. Waddles has to give them the space. Little bit of a tap. Blue Zephos ahead just before the braking zone, it would seem. And the Australian retakes that first position. Now making their way through the last sector again. Perhaps running a little bit wide. Was Blue. Now it'll be Waddles' turn to get into the slipstream. It's a very long straight here at Circuit de Catalunya, so definitely an effective strategy. We're looking at the rear wing cam now of Blue Zephos' car. And that BMW of Waddles just steamrolling its way through. They're late on the brakes again, and they had the inside. It looks like there was a slight bit of contact, but that is Waddles up into 1st. The top 2 trading positions yet again. And with only 5 minutes left in the race, there is literally nothing between these two. Blue Zephos now looking to have a bit of slipstream. Waddles weaving a little bit to try and break that slipstream. Perhaps in a little bit of vain. There you see the Vodafone car pulling out to the outside. Gonna try and go around the outside. Oh, a bit of an early turn in. Onion barges yet again. And Waddles does brilliantly to defend that position. It looks like Blue will have to settle for second at the moment. Running out of opportunities here. Only about 2 laps left in this race for them both. Going on board with Blue Zephos. Oh, bit of a slide as he gets on the power there. Using a lot more exit curve than Waddles. You can see running wider, hopefully trying to get the extra speed out of that corner. There's a straight coming up after this next turn, so perhaps there'll be a run down through it. Look at how close they are. Oh, a bit shaky. Running a bit too wide over that curb and concrete was Vodafone car. Extremely close stuff here. Making their way through the last sector for what will probably be the last time Will Blue Zephos be able to do anything? It's now or never for the Australian. Or will Waddles the Duck, the Irishman, take this win? We'll have to see. Just the chicane to go in the last corner. This could be make or break. Waddles gets through it cleanly. Blue Zephos also cleanly. All a bit slidey on exit. It looks like Waddles is going to take it. Checkered flag is out, and indeed it is. Waddles 13, who is our race winner from Blue Zephos. A fantastic scrap between both of them, but in the end Waddles comes out on top. Blue has to settle for second on this occasion, and Off Apple, who was involved in an incident at the start, has somehow managed to climb his way up into third and come across the line now. Fantastic stuff from the Brit, and that concludes round 6 of DRL DTM. Thanks for watching.